Title: The Carnival of Horrors. In the small, quiet town of Derry, Maine, a new attraction had arrived, a pop-up amusement park named King's Carnival. The townsfolk were overjoyed, especially the children, who were eager for a break from their mundane lives. Little did they know, the amusement park was not what it seemed. The park was owned by a man named Stephen King, a mysterious figure who was rarely seen. The park was filled with the usual attractions: a Ferris wheel, a haunted house, and a roller coaster named the Dark Tower. But as the sun set and the park lights flickered on, the atmosphere changed. The laughter and joy of the day turned into screams of terror at night. One night, a group of friends, Bill, Beverly, Richie, Eddie, Stan, Mike, and Ben, decided to visit the park. They were drawn towards the haunted house, a sinister structure named the Overlook Mansion. As they stepped in, they were greeted by a chilling wind and a sense of dread. The walls seemed to close in on them, and they could hear whispers in the air. As they navigated through the labyrinth of the mansion, they encountered horrifying apparitions. A clown named Pennywise, a dog named Cujo, and a possessed car named Christine. Each apparition was more terrifying than the last, and they soon realized that they were trapped in the house. Meanwhile, Stephen King watched them from his office, a wicked smile on his face. He enjoyed the fear, the terror that his park instilled in its visitors. But he was not just a sadistic amusement park owner. He was a writer, and the fear his park generated gave him inspiration for his horror stories. Back in the mansion, the friends were growing desperate. They had to find a way out. They realized that the apparitions were manifestations of their deepest fears. To escape, they had to face their fears and overcome them. One by one, they confronted their fears. Bill faced his stutter, Beverly her abusive father, Richie his fear of clowns, Eddie his hypochondria, Stan his fear of birds, Mike his fear of fire, and Ben his insecurity about his weight. As they overcame their fears, the apparitions disappeared, and they found the exit. As they stepped out of the mansion, they felt a sense of relief and triumph. They had faced their fears and survived. But they also felt a sense of unease. They knew that the amusement park was not just a place of fun and games. It was a place of horror and fear, a reflection of the dark mind of its owner. The next day, the amusement park was gone, as if it had never existed. But the friends would never forget their experience. They had faced their fears and come out stronger. And they knew that they would always stick together, no matter what horrors they faced. As for Stephen King, he had gotten what he wanted, inspiration for his next horror story. He packed up his park and moved on to the next town, ready to instill fear and reap stories from the unsuspecting townsfolk. The Carnival of Horrors had left Derry, but its memory would forever haunt the town. And Stephen King, the master of horror, would continue his reign of terror, one amusement park at a time.